Hi everyone, sorry I'm so late with the Halloween videos this year, but here's the last one I'm going to do. I have this nesting box and I'm just going to put some of the wee wooden half beads on the bottom, and then I'm just measuring how wide it is inside, and then I'm going to use this scrapbook that I got on Amazon, and I will link it down below, and I'm just measuring how big I want the piece to be and then cutting it out with some scissors. You can of course eyeball it if you want to, but I like to make sure it fits. And also you can paint the box as well, but I didn't want to paint it, so that's up to you what you want to do. And I like to make sure it fits before I stick it down. And I'm just using a glue stick this time. You can use hot glue or other glue if you want. And then I have this wee skeleton from Dollar Tree. Well, everything's from Dollar Tree. And the wee pumpkin, I just coloured a face on it with a Sharpie last year, so I'm reusing that. And then I found these cute wee ones last time I went to Dollar Tree, so I'm just going to hot glue them in place. And then I just bent the wee leg of the skeleton so that it hangs down instead of just sticking straight out. And I think this turned out really cute. It was easy to make, so that was good. It's another easy DIY. I have this wood circle from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to cut off the twine. You can fill the hole in if you want to, and I stain it with some early American wood stain. And then I'm using this spider ribbon. It's also from Dollar Tree. I just measure how much I'm going to need and then cut it. And then I start painting on some Mod Podge. I have the glossy one, but anyone will do. You could just glue them down as well, but I like to put Mod Podge on the top as well, just to make sure that it stays in place. I was going to use the skeleton ribbon that I used in the last video, but I thought I'd better use this one because I bought it as well. So once I've done some of it, I take my heat gun, and I will link that down below as well, and just dry it off a bit, make sure it sticks in place before I move on to the next part. And this DIY isn't in your face Halloween, so I'm going to put it in the living room. And I'm going to see how long it takes for them to notice, because they're all scared of spiders. I'm the only one in the house that's not scared of spiders. And I just keep repeating the same thing all the way around until I get to the end. And Dollar Tree has loads of different Halloween ribbons that you could use for this, or even just a normal ribbon. You could always make them with the Christmas ribbon or fall or whatever you like, and you could make them into coasters. And I was gonna just leave this like this, but then as you'll see in the next clips, I do put some wee feet on it. So I have 4 of the half beads, and I painted them with some black acrylic paint. And this is what it looked like when it's dry. And again, you can fill that hole in if you want to, but I'm just gonna glue these to the bottom with some wood glue. You can use hot glue if you like. And then it's just a wee plant stand, or you could put a candle on here. My friend gave me these skeleton hands. I'm sure they're from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to fit them together like this and then hot glue them so that they stay in place, and then it looks like they're holding hands. Just make sure you put plenty hot glue on. And then I have some flowers from Dollar Tree. I'm just taking the eyeballs out, and I wanted to make the flowers more, I don't know what the word to use. Not bushy, but fuller. I wanted to make them fuller. So I take them apart and then I put two flowers together. I just hot glued in between the layers, make sure they don't come apart. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but I think it makes them look better if there are more petals on them. So once I glued them down, I just put the back in and glue it in place, and then I start putting on the rest of the petals. And then I made two of them, and then the other two are just how the flowers were before, and then I have a red one as well. I didn't do anything to that, and I just snip up some of the leaves and then arrange them like this. Well, that was me looking to see how I was going to have them. Yeah, I wanted the red one to be in the middle. Oh, that flower fell apart. And I thought I wouldn't bother hot gluing the next one, and it fell apart. So there you go, you know, you need to glue them all together. Okay, so now I'm starting to hot glue them in place. And I just put the two ones I made opposite, and then I put the wee ones that I didn't do anything to on the other sides. And then I started gluing on the leaves. I also cut off those little branch pieces, 3 of each. And I just hot glue them on as well. And then I glue the red one in the middle. And I thought that was going to be me done. But then I decided to put the eyeballs back in the two bigger flowers. And this is how it turned out. Honestly, racked my brain for what to do with these skeleton hands that I hadn't seen anybody else do. Have this wee vase from Dollar Tree and the leftover eyeballs from those flowers, and if I'd had 8 I would have put 1 on every one of those sections. So I just hot glued them on and made a wee eyeball vase. So I'm using that same scrapbook paper, and I really liked the bat picture, so I took this frame from Dollar Tree and I'm just taking the backing off, and it didn't quite fit, so all I have to do is cut off the white strip at the top and then put it back together, and that's it. It was really easy, this DIY, but I will keep this one up in my craft room all year round. So I have a wooden plaque from Dollar Tree, and I stain it with some early American wood stain. And I have this styrofoam skull. You can use the plastic ones too if you wanted to. And I painted it with 2 coats of black acrylic paint. And that's what it looks like. And I have this metal ribbon. and I'm just going to take a piece of it to make a crown. So just measuring what size I want it to be, and just cut it down with some scissors. And I'm going to glue it, the two ends together with some hot glue. And then I'm just going to decide where I want to place it, and then put a wee bit hot glue to hold it in place. Keep rolling around. And then I hot glue it onto the plaque. And I see these kind of DIYs and, well, not DIYs, but the decor and like Michaels and stuff like that. So I thought I would make one, and I love how it turned out. So I have a piece of foam board I already cut out, and the frame is off one of the round mirrors from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to hot glue it together, and then I'm going to put some extra hot glue to hold the foam board in place. And once it's dry, you can just flip it over, and then it'll be ready to do the rest to it. So I just have some floral foam, also from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to hot glue a wee piece of that to the back of this DIY. And then I'm going to hot glue some of the Spanish moss on top and around the sides. And I really liked the colour of this. Is it eucalyptus? I can't remember what it is. And I'm just going to cut it down and then make it into a wee bush at the back. I was going to use some of that greener one, but then I changed my mind. And then I found these cute mushrooms at Dollar Tree, and I was going to use all the colours, but I decided just to go with the red. And this is the little unicorn skeleton that I found that I'm going to use in the DIY. So I'm just cutting the mushroom at an angle because, well, I wanted to sit at an angle. And then I was deciding which colours to use. The other one I'm going to put it back, so I'm just going to keep it the right size and have it standing up the way. And then I have some plaster paint and some red paint, but I'm not showing it. It's just, could just use any red paint. And then I found these wee wooden mushrooms that are so cute. I tried to find them last year, but I couldn't. But I found them this year. So I'm just painting two of the round ones on the top with some red paint. And then I'm painting the other ones with the plaster paint. I do 3 of those ones. And then I go back and paint the stems of the red ones. I have to think of some things to do with the rest of these mushrooms because they're just so cute. I love mushrooms. My son eats them if I give them. He wouldn't choose to eat them by himself. But my boyfriend and his kids don't like mushrooms, so don't get to eat them very often now. So now that I painted them, I just wanted to paint some of the white dots on the red mushrooms, but that paintbrush just wasn't working out. So I got I have this wee tool thing from Dollar Tree that has like a round bit on the end. So I just used that to make the dots. Now now that our mushrooms are dry, I can start putting the rest of this together. So I just hot glue down some more of the Spanish moss, and then I glue down the wee mushrooms. I keep saying where I'm going to put things by putting the unicorn in the place where it's going to go. So I put more Spanish moss because I want to cover up the bottom, and then I glue down the other mushrooms. And watch you don't burn your fingers when you're gluing down the moss. So this, I wasn't going to leave it like this, so I gave it 2 coats of black acrylic paint. And then I have 2 rhinestones, so I'm just going to hot glue them in and make them the unicorn eyes. And I'm not going to glue it down. And I thought I'd fill up that wee space with one of these wee skulls, and here is my weird DIY. I just wanted to have a black unicorn with red eyes, and I also wanted to use the mushrooms, but I think it turned out cute. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, see you again soon.